Hi, Statesman Nation. Wade Steinlogie here with Coach Nick Rule, the women's golf team. Coach, congrats on a nice win last weekend at Madonna. Let's talk about that, and then we can get into next week's first home tournament.
Yeah, first off, we were lucky to be able to play up at the Treetops Resort, just an absolutely beautiful facility, 5 different golf courses on the campus, and it was unreal. But we played well. I mean, we shot a 317 after day one, and even with that, we weren't playing our best golf. I mean, we had in our top 4 scores were 380s and a 77. But 317, anytime you're under 320 to start out the year, we were pretty happy with that. But we had some statistics that were very encouraging. I mean, we hit well over 75% of fairways, which is unbelievable, and then also well over 55% of greens as a team.
Right.
And that's all 9 players that we took, not
Sure.
just our varsity team.
Okay.
And so the ball striking is there, the talent is there, the greens and regulation were there. Our putting was not as good as it could be, and that's something that we worked really, really hard on this week.
Sure.
We averaged a little over 34 putts, actually close to the 35 putts per round as a player. And all in all, it wasn't a bad performance. Nice thing to build on overall.
Sure. And obviously, good competition, so nice to be able to face that competition the first week and know where you're standing nationally.
Yeah, the number 12 team in the nation there was Bethel, and they graduated a few players, but they're still a strong team, but we handled them. The number 26 and 27 team in the nation, and Olivet Nazarene and Madonna were there. We won the tournament handily, and it was shortened by rain.
Right.
But on day 2, after 11 holes, we were on pace to actually play a lot better than day 1, and I'm telling you, the conditions were absolutely miserable. So
right.
One thing we told our girls going out prior, we said we don't want to hear you complain about the conditions. I mean,
Sure.
It was a hardcore downpour the entire time, and they didn't. They didn't complain. They were tough. They battled through. Every other girl on the course was complaining about the conditions and how hard it was, and our girls didn't say anything. In fact, coming off the court, after we called them off, our players are coming off, and I had 2 of them talk to me and say, "Coach, why are we quitting? It's just rain."
Yeah.
Like, well,
it helps when you're playing well, though.
Yeah, exactly. But the greens were literally flooding, and they were mad that they were coming off the course, and I just thought, okay,
putt around it.
Yeah, and I just think, okay, these girls actually get it, and so it was very fun to see that.
Sure. Switch gears to next Monday and Tuesday at home.
Yeah.
Technically at home, Moravia for the Preserve. A course that we play at a lot. The girls are going to have a lot of good experience that should, lean towards them having some nice low scores and everything. Just talk about this tournament and the teams that are going to be here and your expectations.
Sure. Yeah. Granby's going to be there. They're receiving votes. Olivet's going to be there as well, and they're also receiving votes. And then there's us and some other teams that are solid as well.
Right.
Graceland, who in the hack that we're moving into, they're going to be there. And so it's a good field. We're going to have live scoring. In fact, you're doing live scoring, so we thank you for that. And so those of you that are fans of our golf team, watch the live scoring. So you'll see that not only women, but men as well.
Right.
But the Preserve, we play pretty well. It's our home away from home. We play there a few times a month. It's a beautiful facility. They treat us so well out there. We played a practice round there the other day and had some nice scores. And so it kind of plays right into our strengths as a team. There's not a lot of trees. It's a little bit longer, but it rolls out well in the fairways if you hit the fairway. And as we talked about before, our fairway percentages were very nice. So, I'd love to see a really low round there from both teams. We're actually playing almost everyone. We're playing 2 teams and then a few individuals. And I'd like to see both of our teams really throw down maybe a challenge for a record of some sort.
Sure. Great. Anything else you want to add as far as, obviously, Demi Kutza was named Player of the Week. I guess I didn't mention that, but Player of the Week after winning medalist honors last week. So great start there, individual.
Yeah, Demi and Maggie, 1-2 punch, can't beat that. They're as good as it gets at this level, as long as they stay positive and their attitude's right. And Demi 77 was at a really tough course, and she had a good attitude. And I tell her all the time that I tell all of our girls all the time that the way your golf game is going to go is depending on your attitude going in, which is like that with many sports. But In so many cases out on the golf course, we're coaching, but I feel like 70% of the time I'm a sports psychologist.
Right.
And to be able to get through to the girls and to have them really buy in and trust and say, okay, yeah, my attitude might be going the wrong way. I had a bad hole, but I'm not going to let it affect me. We're starting to get to that point to where we're brushing things off. I mean,
Sure.
for example, Natalie Booten, who shot an 80 and is going to be playing in our 3 spot this weekend, she took a 9 on the first hole on the second day. And after 9 holes, she was 4 over.
Wow.
So, in years past, that may not have been the case. So right. they're really buying into the process. They're buying into saying, okay, hey, if we have a bad hole, we're gonna power through. And the reason why they're able to do that is because they believe in the concept of a team.
Yeah.
And so, in the recent poll came out, the MCC has us in first. We have the target on our back, and we have something to prove this year. And it's gonna be a lot of fun to see what happens.
Definitely. Once again, Statesman will be down in Moravia at the Preserve Golf Course home event on Monday and Tuesday, the 8th and 9th, and there will be live scoring. Golfstat.com will have that. It'll be right there on the front page, Midwest Collegiate Invitational. So everybody follow along, and they'll have all the scores. Hopefully the weather's all good.
Yeah,
so.
And one more thing. We learned while we were out at Madonna that Chris Hess, the Bethel women's golf coach, has been diagnosed with cancer. So he was very complimentary of our program last year, and just is a super neat guy. Sounds like he's doing well, but we just want everyone to say a few prayers for Chris and his team out there, because they really missed him, and he's what's right in college athletics.
Sure.
So
okay, all right. Thanks, Coach Rule. Best of luck next week.
All right, thank you.